Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Day 3 is going to be our rotations day. So if we look closely, we're going to do a little review first. And remember that the little r is reflection, capital T is translation, and capital D is dilation. So a reflection through the y equals x line, remember the y equals x line is this. And we're going to reflect -2 comma 1, and we can count diagonals to get to it. One diagonal, 1.5, a half, and there is my point. If we also remember, we can simply count down 1, 2, 3, how far to get on the grid, how far to get to the y equals x line, and then over 3, okay? Or over 3 and then down 3, it really doesn't matter. A translation, we're translating left 4 and up 5, so -4 and +5 becomes -8 comma +3. So -4 comma -2 becomes -8 comma +3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. A and A prime. And a dilation of a constant whole number of 3 times 3, and times 3 we get -9 comma 9. -9 comma 9 is here, -3 comma 3 is here. A and A prime. Perfect. Okay, well, let's move on to what a rotation is. There's two ways to do rotations. One is your transformation rule. All right, a rotation of positive 90 degrees, your xy values become y, x, and you negate the first one. Pretty simple. So let's take 1 comma -2 becomes -2 comma 1, and we negate the first one. Since it's already negated, two negatives make a positive. So 1 comma -2 becomes 2 comma 1. And a rotation of 180 xy simply becomes -x, -y. Simple rule there. A rotation of 270, your xy, whoops, I shouldn't have rewritten that, but this becomes that. A rotation of 270, similar to a 90, you switch them. But you probably already thought of this. Yes, you guessed it. Instead of negating the y, you're going to negate the x. All right. Positive rotations are all counterclockwise. And negative are all clockwise. Probably doesn't make sense right off the bat, but it will in a minute. And number 2 way is simply spin your paper, or spin or rotate it, find the new coordinates, spin it back and plot them. Okay, so let's see what this rotation of 90 degrees looks like. The first way, so our point is 5 comma 2, and a rotation of 90, I remember I switched them and negate the first number. Whoops, does that sometimes. Negate the first number. Okay, so 5 comma 2 becomes -2 comma 5. A and A prime. And since this is a positive number, I know it's going to be counterclockwise. This is counterclockwise, right? The opposite way the hands on a clock go. The other way I can remember is that I know this is quadrant 1. And positive, counting, remember this is quadrant 2. So see how I'm spinning this way about this point, the origin, quadrant 3, and then of course quadrant 4. So that's why this is a positive rotation. Positive means bigger. Okay, and let's see, let's move on to, actually let me show you something here. The other reason why it works is I know this point, because it's a positive rotation, will wind up here somewhere. So let me do this. Now I'm gonna, since this is gonna wind up here, I want to spin this paper. I want to spin it positive counterclockwise, so positive this way. And what's my new coordinates? I spun it that way, negative 2 comma 5. Okay, yep, and that's what we got, negative 2 comma 5. Great, so you can always do that. And a rotation of 180. So the first way I could do this is take my point and negative 4 comma 3. We don't switch them, we negate what's there. So negative 4 comma 3, just negate what's there. A double negative makes a positive, and we get 4 comma negative 3. And let's graph that. Negative 4 comma 3 is A, and 4 comma negative 3 is A prime. I'm seeing something here, and I'm wondering if you guys see it too. If you notice, this is a reflection. A rotation of 180 is also a reflection through the origin. These two transformations are the same. Okay? Just a quick little neat thing going there. Now, a rotation of negative 90 is the same as a rotation of 270. And I remember a rotation of 270, my xy becomes, switch them, y comma negative x. So my coordinates 5, 2 become 2 comma negative 5. So 5, 2. That's A, and 2 comma negative 5 is A prime. And a negative rotation is clockwise, the way a clock goes. So I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to spin my paper clockwise, so spin it clockwise. And what's my new coordinates? 2 comma negative 5. 2 comma negative 5. And I'll spin it back. And I'll plot this new point, 2 comma negative 5. So either way works. This was way 1, this was way number 2. Pretty simple. Okay, what you guys are going to do is take all these points, A, B, and C, and try it on your own. this triangle ABC and state all coordinates and see what you come up with. And we'll see you tomorrow. This is my little comb over. That's a great picture. I don't know if I have ears that big. Hi. And bye.